Welcome to Between the Shelves, the premier Save a Library podcast. I am your host, Alex, and this week we have a strange one for you. I am joined by unprecedented 4 guests on this episode. Just to give you an idea of how popular this topic is at the library, we are discussing Stranger Things, and I am joined by, to my right, I'll go around the room, Sean. Welcome, Sean.
Hello, what's going on?
Katie, welcome again.
Hello.
Lizzie.
Hey.
And Marianne.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. So we have a lot to discuss, I'm sure. Let's just jump right into it. So Stranger Things Season 5 just ended a few days ago. There was no surprise extra final episode, right? As far as I know? Okay.
Unfortunately.
I didn't check before we sat down to record. So what should we start with Season 5 or should we start with Stranger Things Legacy? Like, where should we go? There's a lot to discuss.
We could start with the Legacy and build our way up to Season 5.
Okay. So where was everyone when Stranger Things dropped? Almost, was it 9 years ago now?
Yeah, 9 years. I was still in high school.
God.
Yeah, I was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah,
Wow.
me too.
I was working here.
Marianne and I were also, yes.
Grandma in the group. I was here, and I remember friends of mine talking about it, and it sounded really interesting. So I was like, I'll give this a whirl, and I loved it.
Yeah. I heard, kids talking about it in school, and then I didn't understand the hype, and then I watched all of Season 1 in one night, and I was like, well, now I get it. It was the first show that I truly binged.
Mm-hmm.
I was, I don't know, in my late 20s, I guess. But same thing. This was like a phenomenon. And I think this show and House of Cards are kind of linked in my mind as being like the shows that everyone was talking about that brought people to streaming services. Mm-hmm. Like, these were the shows that hit different demographics, but were the shows that got people to, like, I'll give this Netflix thing a try. Mm-hmm. And hooked people, and then they probably never unsubscribed from Netflix since.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like it's always the show that kept people subscribed to Netflix. That's what I always thought. Like, I felt like,
oh yeah, big time.
You know, they were always waiting for that next season. Out of all the streaming services, that was like the reason that everyone kept Netflix.
Yeah.
So Season 1, 2, and 3, they came out back to back, right? And then it was only Season 4 and 5 that had big gaps in between, right?
Yeah,
like a year.
Season 2 was like a year and a couple months after Season 1, and then Season 3 was 4th of July 2019. So that was like a year and a half between Seasons 2 and 3. But then 3 and 4 was like, whatever, 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
And then 4 and 5 was like another 3 years.
It feels like the gap between 4 and 5 was enormous.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think because it was supposed to come out in 2024, but because of the strikes that were going on, everything got moved back. So we should have been doing this episode last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like Season 4, I was like at like 2 jobs ago. I remember it came out a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
I met my coworker and I were like bonded over Stranger Things, and we were talking about it as every episode came out.
Yeah, it was,
and I was
2022.
I was like, I was not here. I don't think.
No.
I think we've all just blocked that time out of our lives, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I had forgot that I'd even seen Season 4. That's how long ago it felt for me.
My dad
I lived a whole life in between Season 4 and 5.
My dad could not follow it. He was like, who's Will? And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, this is the crux of the show. I'm like, it's Will, the main character.
So, it's been 10 years, basically, a decade of Stranger Things, and it's had a huge impact on not only streaming services, but just pop culture in general. Mm-hmm. I mean, it made the 80s cool again in a lot of ways. It's still in the top most popular shows of all time on streaming services. I think Seasons 4 and 5, I was looking at the Netflix stats, are still in like the top 10 most viewed shows ever. Like 1.4 billion views, I think. It's like insane, across all the seasons. I don't think it's even, I think it might still be the number one streamed show of all time. I think Wednesday has more for one season, but total, I think Stranger Things still holds the crown.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. It's been out for so long.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And now it's got like multiple generations probably that are into it. I mean, my generation the show made us very nostalgic for the 80s, having grown up in the 80s. And then, you know, the kids that are growing up with it. And I tried to get my 10-year-olds into it, but he wasn't buying into it, unfortunately. But I know like kids in his class that are watching it.
Yeah.
And so now it's like hit like the newest generation. So it's just like kept building and building on their fan base.
Yeah. I'm technically an 80s kid, but I wasn't, the nostalgia thing didn't hit for me.
Yeah, the same.
So I kind of just missed it, but it
same
still,
for me.
yeah, it still worked like as a standalone show.
Mm-hmm.
I liked more of like the mystery sci-fi
Yeah.
side of it, but it definitely has like Spielberg-y sort of
Mhm.
vibes to it. Like you could tell they were definitely, the Duffer Brothers were very inspired by those 80s movies.
Yes, like I remember when season 1 was out, and that's what like all me and my friends were talking about. Like, oh my gosh, it reminds us of like E.T. when you know 11 dresses up, and like we just kept making all those like correlations with one another with all like what it reminded us of, and so it was just like it was like a very comfort show almost, like to bring us back to like the childhood. And like I remember seeing E.T. at a drive-in theater in my parents' blue station wagon and stuff. So like it brought me back to like all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Marianne is 100 years old.
I know.
How she's even here doing this is beyond
Yeah.
all of us.
My back hurts.
I'm kidding.
And I thought it was cool too, like as the show progressed, like as the years, because it was like 1 year for each season of the show, that it kept it in tune with like what was going on in that year. Because like by 1986 was season 4, and I think A Nightmare on Elm Street had come out in 85 or 86. So like you can tell that like that movie like really impacted season 4 and like the kind of the overall vibe. And then like Terminator was big, and then that kind of impacted Stranger Things 5 and a little
and
bit
you
of
have
3
Linda Hamilton
and
too,
Linda
so-
Hamilton in it, which I think was really cool. Like the way that it wasn't just like the whole decade, but like specific years as the show moved on.
Yeah.
I thought was cool.
I agree.
Yeah, I got to give the Duffer Brothers credit. Each season does feel distinct. Like they took a different 80s angle for each one. So I got to give them some credit for that.
So piggybacking off of that, what is your favorite season, do you think?
Season 1, hands down. Not even close.
Marianne?
I agree. Yeah, I feel like that first season for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. Lizzie?
Season 3.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that one was a gut punch.
Yes.
Like I liked and I just rewatched it not that long ago, and I was like, wow, this is just my favorite.
It just
hands
hits.
down. Yeah.
Just hits. And Katie?
Season 1.
Season 1. Okay.
But season 3, the last episode, I think
Yes.
that's one of my favorite episodes.
Me too.
I rewatched it and I was like, this
remember
is like
what
a
happens.
perfect episode. I just
the
loved it.
Battle of Starcourt Mall.
Oh, okay.
It's when the Mind Flayer goes there and
Okay.
Elle has the bite in her leg. Yeah, I think season 3, just the vibes are just unmatched.
Mhm.
I feel like it was like a big turning point in the show. It became a lot more adult in
Yeah.
that season. It
'Cause
became a lot
with,
scarier.
Billy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Billy and
When with him becoming flayed.
yeah, and Mrs. Wheeler, Karen.
Yes, Karen Wheeler.
Used your reference sheet.
Mhm.
I feel like that whole storyline was also just like so important for the show
Yeah.
and for like the turns that the characters made.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like at the
Just so
time
good.
it was like not as well received, but I think like having seen where the show ended up going, there were so many like progressions in that season that were so important to like to get the characters to where they were in seasons 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but 1 is my next favorite, I will say.
I just think all the elements were just perfect in season 1. Season 3 is my second favorite season.
Oh, really? I am shocked by that.
Well, you got the introduction of Maya Hawke, what's her name? I can't even read. Robin. Rockin' Robin.
Mm-hmm.
And was that the season that
Scoops Ahoy.
Scoops Ahoy and Starcourt Mall
And Russia.
Joe
and Russia.
Yeah, Russia.
Steve was introduced, or was he?
No,
No,
Steve's been in
Steve's
it.
number
Yeah.
one, season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like Steve in like a
But
different
he got
light.
featured.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
because him and Dustin like bonded in season 2.
Yeah, that's right.
And
That's
then
right.
by then he was like good in a sense. And then in
By 3,
he-
he's like the babysitter.
Yeah. He's like working at Scoops with Robin
Mm-hmm. And she's like,
Yeah.
why are you friends with these children?
because they're like 13 years old. Yeah.
He's like 20.
Yeah.
And I like the relationship with Max and her brother Billy.
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
good
Yeah.
subplot throughout the whole, or I guess the main plot of the whole season.
Yeah.
That was a good too.
He was just like such a perfect character.
Yeah.
I couldn't have pictured anyone else doing that.
Because it's like you hated him, but then you felt bad for him.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
feel like that's where the show is like so good, is that like it's this big out of world, like so unrealistic with these monsters, but like every character has this like such like a humanistic like quality to them that can make you relate to them, or you can see yourself in them somehow. And I feel like in moments in like them and with relationships that they had, like that's I feel like where a lot of people felt drawn to watching it over and over again.
Yeah.
So speaking of characters, what's everyone's favorite character in the show?
That's tough. I feel like it changes like
Definitely.
each season too, because in the very beginning, for like the first 2 seasons, it was always Dustin for me, and then it was Steve for a little bit, and then this past season though it went to Mike. Mike was my favorite. No, I'm sorry, Will. Will was my favorite character. So
Shocked. I'm shocked by that.
I know.
Hey,
Right,
don't
Alex,
even
yeah,
go
knows,
there.
yeah. So it kind of changed, and I felt like Dustin wasn't. I mean, he's the older now. He's been through a lot of trauma, so like that cutesy part of him isn't here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That was so lovable in the beginning.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah, he like hardened a little bit this
Yeah.
season. And that I feel like was like a huge character arc for him too. How he was super standoffish.
Yeah.
And even Steve was like, "What is your problem?"
Mhm.
But
That
it's
was
like dealing with his grief, and like he's a kid, like 'cause
Yeah.
it's like in real life he's 22, but in the show he's like 17, so it's
Yeah.
like that's how you deal, because you
Right.
don't know how to deal with grief when you're that young.
Mhm.
But like they're all kids, so even
Yeah.
Steve's still a kid, even if
Mhm.
he's like 19, or I don't even know how old he's at that
Like
point.
21, 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a kid.
Yeah, my favorite, it does kind of vary season by season. I feel like Nancy's pretty up there for me. I feel like
Me
she's
too.
just
Yeah.
she's just so badass. It's just like her character arc is so cool. Like her growth throughout the show. I just think she adds like she goes from this like prissy little girl and like the pink dress and like everything's perfect, and then she's like wrapped up in shotgun shells, and she's got like a machine gun and a flamethrower. Like it's so cool.
And she's got like the perfect 80s,
80s.
perm
Yeah,
mullet.
yeah.
Definitely giving Ripley.
That's
Alien
what they.
vibes,
That
yeah.
was what they were inspired by.
I feel like
Yeah,
she
I
could be
picked
like an
up on
action
that.
figure.
Oh,
Like
for
she just
sure.
looked like in that season 5 and that last kind of scene when
Yeah.
I was like, wow, she's just so cool.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Like I felt like I don't know, she's just awesome. And I think Will too he's up there for me. Like his performance, especially in season 2, I thought was so good, and like not a lot of people talk about it.
Yes, I feel like, some of the seasons, I think it was last season too, where everybody was getting kind of annoyed with Will, right?
Yeah, because he wasn't really doing
He wasn't
much.
doing much and stuff, and like what a turn to this season when they make him like, the big reveal.
Yeah.
And
It's cool.
yeah.
Katie, who's your favorite, do you think?
Dustin
Mm.
Yeah.
for a long time was, and I also just have to do a shout out for Erica.
Oh,
I just love her.
She's,
My
yeah.
mom loves Erica.
Yeah, she's just like comedic
Yeah.
gold in that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's like how you want to be as a kid.
Yeah.
Like you just want to tell everybody off,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just like, but she like knows her shit.
Yeah.
And, like
Yeah.
she's good at what she
She's
does.
she's super smart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just think she was like a great addition.
Yeah. Genius casting
She just
by
calls-
them.
Well,
Everyone else.
as the show got darker and darker, they had to start bringing some levity in. So they bring in Erica,
Yeah.
and the last season was his name Derek.
Derek,
Derek.
delightful Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course Murray throughout.
Oh, Murray too. I love Murray.
My mom, that's like her favorite character. My
I
mom.
just am not a Murray fan.
Oh,
He
Okay.
doesn't
The
make you laugh.
schnookums and stuff. It was kind of getting old on the season for
Oh, I
me. I was
loved
like,
it.
oh, enough already. I would have been okay if he died. Like that would have been the character. That would have
You're
been
like,
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I like how he's kind of like almost like everyone's sidekick.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna save the day in his own way.
Yeah.
Either driving the truck or throwing that grenade into the helicopter.
Yeah.
Like he's
And, like-
he's the underdog.
And like even in season 4, when they're like breaking back into the prison, and Hop's in the courtyard like trying to fight off all the dogs, and he's got the big flamethrower, like
Mhm.
giving him like his big like badass moment. I think it was
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah.
I do agree with you, Marianne, that his volume was turned up a little too
Thank
much,
you.
or a lot too much in the
Yeah.
last season.
Yeah.
He was I thought he was great throughout the series until season 5, where I'm like, okay, let's turn it down a little bit.
It's like enough comments from the peanut gallery. He had sarcastic comment for everything. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that about 4, because I feel like he was utilized a lot more in 4 than in 5.
I don't think he bothered me in
4. He's got the whole storyline with Joyce, and they're flying over to Russia. Like, I feel like they used him a lot more.
I guess because we were just like meeting him in season 4.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, no, he's been in it since 2.
Has he?
Yeah.
See, I don't even remember. He doesn't stand out. But...
Because Nancy and Jonathan go to him in season 2
that's right.
to reveal about what's going on at
That's-
the Hawkins
Well, then
lab.
cut
Yeah.
that out.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Hopper and the Russian guy who he calls Smirnoff, they go to his house again in season 3. Yeah.
And then he's there at like the end when they're at a carnival or
at
something.
the county fair, yeah.
County fair.
See,
Alexi. Was that
Alexi.
Alexi?
Sean's got all the details.
I've watched season 3 like 9 times, so yeah.
Okay.
Alex is just like, okay.
Alex is like, another reason for me to hate it.
Oh boy. My favorite characters? I think the Byers are the heart and soul of the series. They kind of lose it a little bit towards the end, in my opinion, especially Joyce. Like, she kind of just gets completely sidelined.
I just feel like her acting wasn't as good in the last season.
I don't think she was
But she
given
also didn't
enough.
get that much.
Yeah.
She didn't have that much time.
really bothered me.
Like, all she really did was like, oh, it's okay.
Comfort.
Like, comfort.
Will, and then you kind of saw her in the backgrounds, and then she had her one bat moment. Was it a bat? Or an axe or something? Machete.
Yeah. Which was insanely cool.
That was
and
awesome.
it was
I liked
great.
that.
I loved
was,
it. I
yeah.
think any.
I thought she deserved that.
I think any mom could be like, that's exactly how you would feel. But like, to kind of sideline her, like you said, the whole season is like crazy.
Yeah.
Because she's the main character. She's the first name you see when the credits start.
Yeah.
Well, when the show started, she was the only name that anyone probably recognized.
Yeah, for sure.
And now, look how many stars this show has produced.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like besides Joyce, Winona Ryder, I personally don't recognize anyone else before the show. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No one was really a star.
No.
And Winona Ryder hadn't appeared in anything, in a long time before the show came out. So I think that alone probably brought a lot of viewers in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I like when shows do that when they cast like unknown people, because you can't attach them to anything else.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm curious going forward how people are gonna see them. Like, are they always gonna see like Finn Wolfhard as Mike?
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like there's always gonna be a part of you that's going to.
Yeah, like is Dustin always going to be like the funny friend and everything with the comments and stuff? Yeah.
I think as the Byers kind of storyline that was so strong in season 1 started to fade, I think Lucas and Max really stepped up. I think the Duffer Brothers, I think they just found that they had more interesting stories to tell and started to give them more of the spotlight. So I thought they did a great job in like the middle part of the series, and then by the end, and this is Sean, this is where you're going to start to hate me. I think by the end of the series, the cast was so bloated that no one had a chance to really shine. They needed. Here's my number one criticism of the show: the stakes never felt real or important, because you knew that everyone was going to live. They never killed a single character in the show aside from Joyce's boyfriend in season 2, which is the best part of the whole series in my opinion.
That is a great one.
But this show, like, they needed to kill off some of these characters. Yeah. And I know they're kids, but if they killed off anyone
for the plot
in season 3, you would have been like, Billy. Okay, now anything can happen. But Billy was a villain.
Like, but he was also a main character from seasons 2 and 3.
He wasn't a main.
You know what I'm talking about.
He was.
In 2?
He was in the main cast, yeah.
Was he?
He was billed as main cast.
No, he was billed as main cast.
But like the core group, he's
the
boys and Elle. And...
Although Eddie, in his season 4, like, he was like beloved by so many people.
Yeah.
Like, his character blew up.
Yeah.
And then they killed him.
So, yeah.
Which character? Sorry.
Eddie.
Who's Eddie?
Exactly.
Joseph Quinn.
Yeah,
He
right.
was
He had the Hellfire.
Yeah,
I have this big opinion about this show. Who's that character? Who's that?
Oh my God, cut that out.
My opinion, I think, is valid. This cast is so bloated.
I wish in season 5 that more people, like, I wish that Jonathan and Nancy had both died in that scene.
I would have been okay with them,
Because it was
actually.
such a good scene.
That was their opportunity.
I felt like that would have held so much emotional weight and would have driven up the stakes going into the final battle had they both died.
I feel like, did we even have to see all that? I didn't even
No,
feel
it
like
was
that
too
scene
long.
was necessary.
That was
yeah.
super,
I was like, can we get to the
long.
point?
Exactly. And then at the end, I'm like, did they break up or not? Like, what? And why did she throw the ring? I mean, I don't know. Go cash it in or something.
You didn't get that they had broken up?
No, I didn't.
Because
I
a
was
lot
like,
of
are they
people
together or
online were
not?
saying that.
I
Yeah.
got it. Like,
I
I
got
got that
it,
they said,
too.
I love you. They've been through so much together.
Yeah.
But I knew they were saying they were breaking up.
I thought it was pretty clear. It was like they love each other, but they're breaking up, like, in spite of that because they're stronger on their own.
But did we need
together.
to spend so much time with it?
I think it was like giving maybe resolution to the characters'
Yes,
arcs, like for
yeah, they were
the
giving,
die.
like,
I feel
finality.
like they gave like a little bit of like resolution to every character because like some fan out there that's their favorite character,
Mhm.
so giving them their moments
Mhm.
in the last 2 or 3 episodes, like if that's your number one character, you probably were like eating up that scene, you know?
Maybe.
Exactly.
Wasn't Nancy? Didn't you say Nancy was like your number one character?
One of my
Yeah,
I
so
love
then-
that
so you
scene. I
loved
thought
the
it was
scene.
great. Yeah.
I think it did. I agree. It dragged a little bit. Yeah.
So if we want to talk about dragging,
Uh,
Holly and Max running.
Oh,
To the
it's,
portals.
Yeah.
Why are we doing a podcast?
Yeah.
Why are we doing a podcast? Like, just run, just get out of there. Like, you're right at the portal, and she's like explaining everything to her. Like, could you have not
think
already
I
done
was.
this?
I did like that she stopped because she's this little girl and she didn't
Yeah.
want to leave her totally by herself because you
Yeah.
could tell she was like freaky. She's like, you're gonna leave me?
Yeah.
So I did appreciate that she took the time, but at the
Yeah.
same time, once you did,
Yeah.
run.
Run.
Why are
Yeah.
you not running?
And it was funny because Sadie Sink was on Jimmy Fallon, and she's like, I didn't think of it like while I was filming it, but watching it back, I was like, why am I not just like charging for it?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I think
So.
the whole audience, it was like a collective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my
Why are
god,
you
run.
still-
I'm so antsy.
Yeah.
Like, but like not in a good like, oh my god, I was like, wow, stop talking. Like enough
Yeah.
already.
I was like, this is
Enough.
so
Leave
stupid.
her.
And,
Oh
and
my
in
God.
season 4, she was running.
Yeah,
Yes,
running.
yeah.
And I felt like the stakes were higher in season 4, but it should have felt higher in 5.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't.
After
For me.
being stuck there for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I wouldn't have it in me to like have this whole pep talk. It'd be like, whatever. You'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll see you later.
I
like,
figured it out. It's your
yeah,
turn.
yeah. You saw everything. I showed you everything I could. Bye. Like,
Wow, Lizzie, that's really great.
and I was saying that as it was happening, and Greg was like, "Okay, hold on," because I was like ruining the moment. But I was like, "I don't care. Oh my god."
So should we just get into season 5 now? Is that what we're
Yeah,
doing?
sure, why not?
All right. So I know the final episode released in theaters. How many of you saw it in theaters? Lizzie,
Me.
I
just
did,
Lizzie?
yes.
You did
I-
too?
Oh,
Of course. Who am I talking to?
Yeah.
You did too. Of course I did.
What was the reaction like in the theater?
Well, I went like later in the day. Some people like sighed when Steve didn't die. Maybe like they wanted him to die because it would have like felt more important. Some people clapped like when Elle like ripped open the mind flayer and like jumped in his body and like tore down Vecna. A lot of tears like towards the end. I shockingly didn't cry. I thought it was going to be a mess, but I didn't. Lizzie, how about you? Was it like a big fan reaction?
I saw it at like noon, so I feel like people didn't watch it yet.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if anyone watched it on Netflix before they went. When Steve almost died, I heard a lot of sniffling.
Yeah.
There was like a group of girls behind me, and they were like,
Yeah.
which I mean, I was on the edge of my seat too. But it was pretty quiet. I think everyone liked the ending though. Like I think everyone was happy with it. Kind
Yeah.
of, you know, when you're leaving, you kind of hear people talking about it. So
Yeah, I had gone to a party on New Year's Eve and I left at like 12:30 because I just had to watch it. I couldn't wait, so I watched it like New Year's Day in the morning. I was up till like 4 o'clock,
Oh my gosh.
and then I went back to the theater the next day and got a peek. So good.
It's a true fan.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Katie, what were your thoughts on season 5?
Overall, I liked it. Yeah. There's definitely some plot holes.
Yeah.
Some things that were left unsaid that kind of bothered me, but The final scene I thought was like close to perfect. That it started in the basement.
Yeah.
I just loved it. Like that's where we started. That's where it ended.
Yeah.
They're all there together, and then
Full circle.
and then Holly and her friends go down. I liked it.
Like,
I was crying a little bit at the end.
Yeah, because like at the core, that's what the show is about. It's about like friendship and like growing up with your friends and like closing the door on childhood and like growing up.
Yeah, coming of age stories.
Yeah, like that's where the show started, and I'm glad that that's where it ended. And that was the last scene that they shot for the entire show, and all the cast members. That was their last scene.
Something that I liked that I saw a post online, how everyone's final weapon in the battle was their first weapon, just upgraded.
Yeah.
So Lucas had like a slingshot.
Like in the game? Was there weapon in the game?
No,
or
like
their
in the
first
battle. Like
Okay.
in their first battle, when they were kind of discovering everything, like they had the bat with the nails in it, which I think Joyce.
Steve's.
Oh, Steve. Yeah. Well, it was like parallel to whatever they used when they finally defeated Vecna, which I really thought was cool. Yeah.
Marianne, what were your thoughts on 5?
I loved season 5. I mean, season 1's my favorite, but I think that this was like really great closure. I loved all the characters, their final scenes. I loved having the endings. I thought Will's scenes were amazing, like when he becomes, what is it, like Vecna? Does he become Vecna?
like a
no, it's like the
sorcerer.
sorcerer. That's right. Like in that moment when you find out, and it's like, oh my god, like that was like such an exciting moment.
Yeah.
It was like a whoa.
You're like jaw dropping.
Yeah. And I thought that was great. I really liked it. I really, really liked it. I was happy with the ending. I choose to ignore any plot holes because none of them really bother me enough for it to like.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. Like I think all the actors were so good, and and there were a lot of people out there complaining they didn't like the acting was bad, and like the writing was bad, and I thought it was all really great.
Yeah, I agree with you. I loved it. And like when Will came out to everyone, that got so much hate online, and I was like,
I know
this has been this has been alluded to since the first episode.
Exactly.
Like that's
when Will goes missing.
Yeah, it's the whole point of like him coming out, because it's like the fear that he has of himself.
Right, and now he could.
Vecna used that against him.
Right, and now he could face him and fight him. Yeah,
and like it was supposed to be like 30 years ago. Like, it wasn't as, like, maybe casual as it can be now. Like, it was kind of like...
It was a big deal.
Yeah, it was huge. That's why it was such a big deal.
People didn't come out.
Yeah. So, I feel like you also have to put, like, the timeline in perspective, too.
Right.
Because people are like, why did they spend all that time? I'm like, just shut up. I'm like, just turn off the show then.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Fast
know.
forward through it. I don't know what you want.
Like... It clearly hasn't bothered you this much because Robin's been gay since she's been in the show.
Yeah.
So if you're so bothered by it, then just don't watch it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Maybe you know this. I heard, like, looking on the internet, that apparently Maya Hawke suggested to the Duffers that because I guess she was supposed to maybe be a love interest for Steve originally, and she suggested that she should play a gay character. Do you know if that's true? I saw that and I was like, that's cool.
I think so.
Okay.
I think that.
I liked that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Yeah, like
they just
Steve,
add something
and then
else to
Steve
the
and her are
show.
such good friends, which I kind of like better.
And always made that boundary, and that was, like, kind of the best part of their friendship.
Which was also so cool because it's like you don't expect like the jock popular guy to be the one who's cool with her being gay, which I felt was just like another like such a small little thing in the show that makes it like more appealing to people and like feel more seen, Alex,
I know, Alex, you're pretty quiet over there.
Yeah, you're not really.
How am I going to follow up that with my?
Yeah, because I'm talking about like gay rights, and you're like, oh, the show is boring.
Well, what did you think of season 5? I never got to. I got to talk to everyone here except you about it.
Season 5 was bad. I'm sorry. The writing is so corny and trite. The epilogue was the worst hour of television. It was so
like
bad.
30 minutes.
It was an hour. The whole epilogue should have been that D&D scene. That D&D scene was perfect. That's how you end the show. Everything else did not need to happen. It was mind-numbingly boring and unnecessary. It was trite and saccharine and bad.
Saccharine. Oh,
Big words
coming
out.
It was saccharine.
Did you have any scenes that you liked? Like
I liked the Dema dog scene chase through the hospital. That was fun. I think Will had some highlights throughout the season. I think Steve had some good scenes. There were definitely parts that were fine. But overall, my criticism is this cast is so bloated that no one I didn't care about anyone because nobody had enough time to develop any arcs within the season. And that's a lot of that has to do with the fact that this was a 3-year gap between season 4 and 5. So I forgot everything. And that's a lot on me. Mm-hmm. But it's also like, but hey, I'm one person with one person opinion. I'm not speaking objectively at all. This is my perspective. I forgot everything, all the backstories. I forgot about like any drama between Nancy and Jonathan. So like that whole part, I was like, why are they dwelling on this for so long? Like, I don't care.
I remember, and I thought that too, though. But I remembered their drama.
Did they play a recap? I thought there was a recap that started in the beginning of 5.
They always do like a recap, but still, I don't know if they really brought that up. But I think that it's fair also to say that Alex had another baby in that time. So you're very preoccupied with other stuff, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Another thing I don't like about this, and this is not necessarily Stranger Things in particular's fault. This happens to every show, especially shows that go on for 5 or more seasons and shows that go on for 10 years. You have that like scope creep where things just have to get bigger and bigger and more complex. And season 5 of Stranger Things compared to season 1, it's a completely different show. Season 1 is a tight mystery. Season 5 is a Marvel movie. And I am not for that at all. It's just a different show. I'm sorry.
The cast is so small. It's really just about the kids, but as they grow up and then more people are getting involved in the mystery and they're introducing these characters, and it is. No, it was a very bloated. It was a bloated cast. I do agree with that. Nobody really got to stand out totally, but I still liked it.
When they made 1, they like didn't think it was gonna come back, so they made it as like a 1-year thing, and it was like, if this is how it ends, this is how it ends. Mm-hmm. And then obviously, we all know. Yeah. But that I know.
That's where I stand.
I do get.
There were moments that were good, but again, it just felt like I was watching a Marvel movie. And when you have like 20-minute action scenes, my brain just blocks it out.
Season 4, did you feel like that too?
Yeah, season 4 is my second least favorite season. Season 4,
I think it's also my second least favorite.
But it's like the whole thing with like Hopper or Hooper, whatever his name is, like going to Russia and
that's
just
like my least favorite storyline.
The Russia.
Hopper and Russia in jail. I was like, if we spend one more scene of him talking in the jail
feels
cell,
like it was a little unnecessary.
Yeah, even watching it, I was like, can we just get on with it?
I recently thought that too. I don't know if I had asked one of you or if it was somebody else. Like, what was the point of the whole Russia thing again? I didn't even remember any of that plot line.
They reopened the gate that L closed. Like they had the big energy beam thing in the Starcourt Mall, like underneath, like underground. Oh, right. They were opening up the gate that L had closed because it was like during the Cold War and they wanted to advance weaponry against us. And then Hopper like sacrificed himself and somehow didn't die.
Right, again, I do remember.
Somehow didn't die and then was in the jail.
How do we feel about the fact that everyone thought he was dead and at the end he's the chief again? Oh my god, that's the biggest plot hole of the whole show.
I didn't even put that together.
Wait, why did everybody think that Hopper was dead?
They thought from back in Russia, the town hadn't seen him.
Oh my gosh, the town hadn't seen him since?
Well, because they were like hiding out because of L.
I don't even remember. I didn't put that together.
Because the government was after. Wait, I didn't even think of that. You're actually so right. Now all of a sudden he's the chief again.
At first I was like, oh, he's the chief again. And then I was like, wait, how is he the chief again?
Not to mention that he killed 16 government people. Like, he's a murderer.
Oh, he should be in jail.
A lot. There was one plot hole that, at the end, Elle vanishes in the Upside Down. Why did the army not just kill all of them right there? They knew way too much information and they just let all of them go. Yeah. Which I didn't think about that, and then I thought about it and I was like, wow.
I want to know what happened to Dr. K. Did she just was like, all right, you know what? She's gone, so I'm done. Right. I was like, okay.
I guess that was her only purpose was to get her, so then they didn't care.
It was like, can we have some closure on that? Yeah. And like you said, they know everything that's going on and what they're just able to get away from it, and that's it.
That could have been the perfect ending then for Alex. Maybe just take out everyone right there.
Take out everyone.
Yeah. Then Alex would have been happy. Yeah.
Oh my god, execute everyone. Oh
And
my
then
god.
and then the screen goes black.
But you know what though? It's like it's the Netflix thing of like in 20 they said that this is done. They're never showing these characters again on screen. We all know that's probably a lie.
Right.
In 20 years time they're going to make it come back and the kids are going to be adults and they're going to have kids and the kids are going to be getting followed exactly. Like they say it now, it's never going to happen, but they're already making 2 spin-offs. There's a play. They're going to milk that franchise until it's dry.
Yeah.
And that's
a whole universe
Netflix.
now. Yep.
But for obsessed fans like me, I'm going to eat it up.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's great.
I probably would too.
Yeah. But, like, it's not really necessary.
Right.
But it's cool.
And something else I saw that they didn't like was that the play that Sean and I saw, when Max was in Vecna's mind, that was like the play scene in Vecna's mind. That was in the actual play on Broadway.
Like when they go back in time.
And
in his mind.
it made sense. And I was like, oh yeah, because that happened in the play.
Yeah.
But like if you didn't see the play, you'd be like, what is that?
No.
And I only knew that, I think, from like reading online and Sean, really.
I will say, like, because they always were like, it will just enhance your viewing of season 5. It doesn't add or take away anything from it. I really feel like it benefits you greatly if you had seen the play previously, because like there were a lot of things like, why didn't he go into that cave? I mean, you do find out in the finale why he wouldn't go into the cave that Max was in, but like if you had seen the play, you would have already known it. Like there were things that like
and like that's the thing. Yeah. But and if you don't live in New York or you weren't traveling there, you're not gonna you're not gonna be able to see it
because it's still in London. But like if you're not
That's
in
true.
London or New York, it's like, and I'm like I am surprised that because I know they have it filmed.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they didn't release it at home to watch.
Or release like a book version like they did with the Harry Potter.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Yeah,
Maybe
so
they will, after this dies down, and then they need to reignite, interest again and make more money.
It would have been cool though if they had let more of the viewers see that.
I agree with
because
you,
it's not like it's a free show. You're paying to go into the city. You're paying to see the show. If you live in Australia, you're not going to be able to see the show. So,
but I
that
will
would have been cool
say,
if they did that.
if you are in New York and you do get a chance, definitely go if you're a fan of the show. It's just insanely cool. I went again with my friend a couple of months ago, and it's just like a 3-hour long movie. It feels like you're in the show. How realistic it is. I mean, we were there. Me and you were like, huh? Like the whole time.
My jaw was on the floor.
Yeah.
Literally, I've never felt like that when I've seen a play.
We left and we were just like, how did they do that?
Yeah.
Like, it was so cool how they pulled it off.
Yeah.
So definitely. And like, some of the seats can be pretty cheap. Like, if you're far back, there really isn't like one bad view. So totally go if you can.
Yeah.
I really liked the Vecna's mind aspect, though. I really loved when they brought Max back.
Yeah.
And you just, like, it feels like you're in a dream because she's all, like, glowy and halo-y, and it's like, oh, my God, she didn't die.
I love her.
That was
the
a
show.
good
I think she's so
point.
good.
I think she's gonna go place as Sadie Sink.
She was
For
on.
sure.
She was on Broadway last year,
Yeah.
and I went. She was incredible. She's insanely talented.
And she was in the Taylor Swift music video.
Yeah.
She's had, like, a lot of opportunities, which is cool.
Yeah, that is one thing I'm really curious to see, like where they're all going to go from here. Who knows?
One other little nod. Did everyone like that they mentioned that they might move to Montauk?
Oh, I know. I love
I
that.
love it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah,
That's
that was
like
cool.
only like a true fan would understand that reference. Yeah, I love that. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool.
And they said the Duffers said that was like their first original plan.
It was like it was going to be called Montauk,
Yeah.
and then one of the brothers were like, "What if we name it Strange Things?" And the other brother was like, "That's horrible." And now look,
I know.
Yeah.
so if you had named it Montauk, it's like who knows? Like,
I don't think it would have taken off as...
No, because
It would have been confined.
Yeah.
Stranger Things could be anything.
Yeah, and now they have the whole universe, and they're making the spin-off, and they're like, it's going to be a completely different time period and a whole different cast of characters and a new location, but it's still going to be like strange. I'm like, oh, I can't wait.
I know. I can't wait till they announce something.
I know, right?
Do we have any closing thoughts on Stranger Things?
Just like I said, I'll always love the show, and it's sad it's over.
Yeah. But the spin-off is coming out this year. It's Stranger Things Tales from '85. That's what it's called.
Okay.
It's set in between seasons 2 and 3. It's like a cartoon show.
Oh, interesting.
But they said that it's aimed at adults, like not kids.
Oh, okay.
So they said if you like the lore and the storylines of seasons 2 and 3, you will like this show.
Okay.
So, because I didn't know how it was going to be, because I thought it was going to be for kids, but apparently not.
Okay.
So we'll see. I'm curious to see how it ends up
Maybe watch that.
panning out. Yeah, I may. I'm not sure yet.
I just want to quickly say, as a D&D player, Stranger Things had like almost single-handedly revitalized D&D in culture. So I have a stat here. Wizards of the Coast, who produces Dungeons and Dragons now, they saw a 673% increase in sales after Stranger Things.
That's amazing.
So, and I can anecdotally, I completely can see this because I used to teach the D&D classes at another library. So we'd have like 5 or 6 people coming like every month to do, a small table D&D, all adults. And then after Stranger Things came out, we had over 30 people showing up every single time.
Wow.
Where I had to hire like 2 additional dungeon masters to run it, and they were all teenagers and preteens.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was amazing how enthusiastic they were. Like they had like every gear and paraphernalia and everything you could have that's D&D related.
Yeah.
It was wild to see.
That's amazing. Wow.
Like I felt like Finn Wolfhard at the end of season 5, like looking at the kids. I was one tear going down my cheek. Someday you'll be all librarians, nerds like me. But that was wild to behold.
Do they have like a Stranger Things version of D&D?
Yep, they have a whole Stranger Things campaign you can do.
Really?
Oh yeah.
'Cause I've never played the game. It seems like it's so intense. Like I feel like I need to know a lot.
It's as intense as you want it to be.
Okay, maybe I'll have to try it out.
The other day, there were teens playing D&D for literally like 4 or 5 hours. They were in the study room, and I was like, what are they doing in there? And I walked by, and they all had their boards out and everything. I'm like, this is so cool. And it was right after the finale. I'm like, I wonder if they watched it.
I feel like it's cool because like maybe that was like something that was like nerdy, and now like it's becoming cool.
God, everything I was into as a kid is now cool. Like, and back it was not cool back then.
So if you were a kid now, you would be the popular. Yeah.
Oh, I would be a king. I'd be a king of kings. Oh well.
I love that.
Another thing that the show did is it brought, like we were saying earlier, made the 80s cool again. So I have some stats here. Diana Ross's Upside Down from 1980 saw a 1,250% increase in streams from Gen Z listeners. Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now saw an 880% increase. And Kate Bush's Running Up the Hill broke the Billboard Top 100 for the first time ever.
Yep.
So, as the resident young person here,
Lizzie's the youngest person here.
All right, really?
Yeah.
You just mentally are the youngest person.
Oh, you're funny. I think Purple Rain also saw like a huge spike.
I saw a whole list. Those are the biggest ones.
Now I'm a fan of that song.
So Lizzie, as our resident young person, and Sean, you can weigh in too.
Oh, thanks.
What do you see that in like your friend group? Like,
oh yeah,
are like the 80s like getting like a resurgence? Like, I don't know fashion for you can obviously tell. I don't know anything about fashion, but like it seems to me like the 80s look is coming back too.
I feel like specifically season 3, I feel like scrunchies got really big again. Yes. I mean, I have a bunch now. Obviously, they've always been used, but that like...
No, there was a time where they, and now people are wearing them on their wrist again.
Yeah, I felt like that was a big thing. And also, like you said, with the music, like I was in the car with my friend and they had Kate Bush on, and I was like... Well, I mean, I like 80s music and everything, but I feel like no one else ever really did. And I was like, what? I'm like, oh, because it's Stranger Things. Yeah.
And I feel like it's not even like songs from the show. It can just be like you got into Kate Bush from that song, and now you're good. You go down the rabbit hole and you find other music. I just think it's cool. And like,
all seasons had such good soundtracks.
Yeah.
And so
like
it was bringing everything back.
What was it? Should I Stay or Should I Go by The Clash? Like,
that was
such
season,
and season 2,
and it was into YouTube.
Yeah, it was like such a big part of the show and like made it popular again. I thought it was really cool. It was used in the show because it was like Jonathan was trying to get Will into like rock music. He's like, this is like real music. And then when Will was like not in the Upside Down, but like when the Mind Flayer was like tricking him when he was in the real world, it was like his way to like bring him back, kind of like a nod to like what was to come.
And that was like Max too with exactly.
Yeah. It's all planned out from the very beginning.
I definitely think that it has an impact on the current culture.
Oh,
Gen Z culture for sure.
I feel like I see people in shirts from the show all the time.
Yeah.
Like all the time. Or just like that style clothing,
Mhm.
which I think is so cool.
Or like the high-rise pants that came back
Yeah.
after the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like the mom jeans.
Yeah, and, like,
kind of
the-
came
Yes.
back.
Yes,
And, like,
mom jeans for
yeah.
sure.
The Nike sneakers that Steve wore in season 2, they like made like
Yeah, I saw
Nike
that.
like made
Mhm.
like a
Special
like
pair.
a collab with the show, but now they just like have them out as like regular sneakers. Like I see guys at the gym in them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's very trendy.
Well, I think we've said all there is to say about Stranger Things. Thank you all for joining me in this episode. Didn't get too contentious. Looking at Sean.
Shockingly enough.
We didn't have to break up any fights.
But yeah, we had so many guests on this episode that we had to move to the conference room. So I'm glad it worked out with 5 mics. That's our first time for that.
I was a
so.
little nervous about all of us fitting into the study room.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you all again for joining me. And listeners, we'll catch you next time in the Upside Down.
Aw.
Oh, yes.
Very
Watch
cool.
the show.